Welcome back, everyone. In this episode, we complete our 7-day travel through the Canadian province of Alberta and begin an 8-day trek through beautiful British Columbia as our Alaska 2.0 journey continues on our golden anniversary adventure. For today's drive, we'll be enjoying a smooth ride on a great road with some extraordinary, beautiful scenery as we continue west on the Yellowhead, British Columbia number 16. Mount Robson Provincial Park, established in 1913, is the second oldest provincial park in British Columbia. Well, we just gained another hour of daylight as we cross into the Pacific time zone.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, it's day 19. How about it, Jane?
Good morning from beautiful British Columbia.
Beautiful BC. We're on our way to Quesnel, where we're going to visit another one of Jane Ann's cousins, Kenny Turner and his family. It's about, roughly 250 miles from where we are now. We just left Jasper National Park in Alberta. We're on the Yellowhead Highway, Highway 16. And we've passed over the Canadian-Alberta border into BC. Just had a nice little stopover at Mount Robson
Provincial Park.
And we've taken the required pictures, looked up the mountain, did what we had to do, and we're on our way again. Other than that, it is a gorgeous day. Snow-capped mountains in the horizon there. I'll try and insert some pictures of those when we put this tape up. But that's pretty much it. We're doing good. We're having a great time. What do you have to say, Jane?
That the adventure continues.
Ah, you got it right.
Yay.
Moose Lake is a prominent feature within Mount Robson Provincial Park. The elongated lake stretches 7 miles and a little over a mile in width at its broadest point near the eastern inlet. The Fraser River flows into the lake from the east side and exits at the western end, continuing its journey through the park. This will be the third new time zone for us since departing Florida 3,527 miles and some 19 days ago. We have another 1,355 miles of driving to get to the Alaska border at Beaver Creek. That's in the Yukon Territory. We'll be stopping off at Mount Robson, Quesnel, Smithers, Kinnison Lake, and Boyer Lake before leaving British Columbia and crossing into the Yukon Territory in about a week. According to YouTube, 3 out of 4 viewers watching us here are not subscribed. This causes our placement within the YouTube algorithm to be horribly low. Please consider subscribing and hit that bell if you enjoyed the content Jane and I provide. This will really help us to continue sharing our travels on our golden anniversary adventure with you. The Yellowhead Highway, Highway 16 as it's known, is one of Canada's major transcontinental routes, stretching across 4 provinces, from the forests of Manitoba to the prairies of Alberta and the Canadian Rockies of British Columbia. It forms part of the Trans-Canada Highway system, connecting major cities, national parks, as well as historic sites. Our next stop is Mount Robson and Mount Robson Provincial Park, which are iconic landmarks in the Canadian Rockies, offering breathtaking scenery, rich biodiversity, and incredible outdoor adventure, and of course, the snow-capped glaciated Mount Robson. It's the tallest peak in the Canadian Rockies, standing at 12,972 feet near the Alberta-British Columbia border, just 80 kilometers west of Jasper National Park. Mount Robson Provincial Park, established in 1913, is the second oldest provincial park in British Columbia. Mount Robson is part of the Rainbow Range of the Rockies and is known for its dramatic rise, over 9,840 feet from its base, making it one of the most visually impressive mountains in North America. The park is home to grizzly bear, moose, mountain goats, black bears, wolves, beavers, eagles, and more. We stop off here for a little rest, have some lunch, get some gasoline before continuing west to Prince George. The views along the Yellowhead are absolutely spectacular. Nestled between the Rocky and the Cariboo Mountains, we pass by the village of McBride, a service hub community for approximately 1,700 residents of the surrounding Robson Valley. Coming into Prince George, BC.
In 3 miles, turn left on Victoria Street.
Located at the confluence of the Fraser and the Chaco rivers, Prince George reportedly enjoys a population of around 76,000 residents. The area is part of the traditional territory of the Lady Litena. First Nation name means people where the two rivers flow together. The Lady Litena lived in the area for thousands of years before European contact. Prince George sits at a vital transportation crossroad where Highway 97 and the Yellowhead Highway meet. Highway 97 is the longest numbered highway in British Columbia and is considered the backbone of north-south travel and trade. It stretches from the U.S. border at Osoyoos all the way up to Watson Lake, Yukon. Prince George acts as a supply and service hub for northern communities along this highway. Yellowhead Highway 16 connects Prince Rupert on the Pacific coast to Jasper, Edmonton, and further into the Canadian prairies. Prince George's central location makes it a natural stopover and transfer point. This makes the city a crucial logistics hub for forestry, mining, and energy industries operating in northern British Columbia and Alberta. It is here where we turn south on British Columbia number 97 to travel through the heart of the Cariboo to our final destination of the day, Quesnel.
In 1/4 mile, take the ramp on the right to Highway 97 south toward Quesnel.
Quesnel is located in British Columbia's Cariboo region. It has a rich history tied to the gold rush era. Nestled in the heart of British Columbia's Cariboo region, Quesnel is a town where the echoes of the gold rush still linger in the pine-scented air. Perched at the confluence of the Fraser and Quesnel rivers, this small city, with a big heart, grew from rugged roots. It was once a major supply hub during the Cariboo gold rush of the 1860s, a stopping point for miners headed to Barkersville, where fortunes were made and lost overnight. The spirit of those days still whispers through Quesnel's heritage buildings and the preserved charm of its historic downtown, where clapboard storefronts and weathered brick tell stories of a different era. But Quesnel is more than a relic of history. It's alive with nature and industry. Surrounded by endless forests, rolling hills, and winding rivers, it's a place where the outdoors is a part of daily life. Logging has long been a cornerstone of the local economy, with sawmills humming quietly at the edge of town, while ranching and mining still shape the rhythm of life. We arrived at Robson's Roost Resort on Dragon Lake, where we had made a reservation to camp for a few days. The camp features water and electric hookups and has a sauna station available, as well as a laundromat. We've been on the road for 16 days, and it's definitely time to do some laundry while we are here. The lake is beautiful, and the campground is perfect for us. It's located directly across the lake from Cousin Ken and Betty Turner's house. We can actually see their house across the lake from our campsite. The next morning, we detached Equinox from our coach, left Robson's Roost, and took a drive a couple of miles around to the other side of Dragon Lake to visit cousins Ken and Betty. On our way, our TPMS, that is the Tire Pressure Monitor System, detected a slight loss of pressure in one of the Equinox tires. Cousin Ken was quick to spray some soapy water on the suspected tire, and he spotted air bubbles, indicating a leak, and lo and behold, we spotted a small nail had punctured the tire. He marked the spot with a piece of soapstone that he had. Not a problem. I didn't come there to get a tire fixed. I came to visit Ken and Betty. It was a very minor leak. We had a wonderful visit that day, and later in the day returned to our campsite where I took out my electric impact gun and hydraulic trolley floor jack. Removed the wheel, removed the nail from the tire, and repaired the tire with plugs from my emergency tire plug kit. It's the first time I had to repair a tire in years, but it was no problem at all. Well, all done with the tire problem, Jane and I, taking advantage of the long 16-hour days here, took a relaxing stroll along Dragon Lake. It's nearly 10 p.m. and it's still light out. The next morning, we once again visited Ken and Betty, who took us downtown to see some of the Billie Barker Days celebration. Quesnel honors its Gold Rush heritage with the annual Billie Barker Days Festival, a free family event held every July. The festival features 4 days of entertainment, including live performances, a great parade, rodeo, and various activities in Labrador Park. We bumped into their daughters, Kenny Ann and Wendy, while we were walking around the entertainment area. Billie Barker, an English prospector, made a significant gold discovery in 1862 along Williams Creek, leading to the establishment of Barkerville, a nearby town. his discovery was pivotal in the Cariboo gold rush. Later, we had an enjoyable dinner to round out the day and end our visit to Quesnel, British Columbia. But wait, there's more. Ken and Betty took us for a surprise as together we located Cousin Willie and his wife Shelley and enjoyed a quick reunion and visit before finally calling it a day.